Hi, welcome to Discover Your Unique Self. My name is Sally G. Tadina. I'm a spirit guide and mentor, and I'll be doing an analysis for today's transit, January 20th, 2024, and I'm on the PST time zone. So it's about 10:09 p.m. on a Saturday night. So today is a very interesting day and very powerful. If you follow astrology, then you may know that Pluto enters Aquarius, as well as the sun is also in the same sign. And because we're looking at this at a different angle and a different perspective in the lens of human design, we can see here, as I share the screen with you, we can see that Pluto and Sun enter the same gate as well. So that is very interesting, and I'm sure it has a very strong effect on us. So the thing with the um, analyzing the program, we have three things we're dealing with. The first one is how it can personally impact you, and the second one is how we're all impacted by this energy in the environment because we're all in the same environment. And then the third one, we have many babies being born today that will carry this energy for the next 60, 70, 80 years, or even 90 years. So that's the new generation. So you have a taste of what that is ahead of us. So because Pluto is about transformation and truth and freedom, um, understand that consciousness, it's about consciousness as well. Consciousness is the new currency. And we're being brought into a new transformation. And so it's really about bringing out the new into the world. And today, it's about sharing that, sharing our awareness and in what it is to be a human. And this specific line, this today is about externalizing, it's about sharing and offering practical solutions. It's about being practical and universalizing. So, meaning that whatever we share with people, like what I say today, it's going to be useful, it's going to be practical, it's going to be something that everybody can really learn from and get some value from. And so, this transit, as it affects you personally, there's there's a lot of value to that. Like once you become aware of the energy that's in your environment, then you can take advantage of it. And you can it's not about ignoring the conditioning because it is a conditioning force. So it's not about resisting it. It's about knowing that it's there, but you're not allowing it to control you or to identify with it. So today, as an example, we have this acceptance of limitation, but it's a projection. So they are projecting onto some people that they can accept the limitation or they can break the limitation. Now, you can't really break a limitation. This is something that even if you try, there's always going to be another limitation to replace it. So it's kind of like you shovel the snow and it's still snowing, and then the next morning you notice there's another pile of snow. So you're doing that again, and you try to get rid of it, and then you start over again. So it can be very depressing in terms of the detriment of this gate. It really it can really be, yeah, melancholic, because you're trying to bring something out into the world, and it may not be the right time. So it requires patience. You have to wait for that time to transcend that limitation. And when you do wait, that's really the only moment that you can transcend it. So a lot of people, leaders, they try to lead that way. They try to say, you can break this, you can do this, you can do this now. And what happens is when it's not the right time and you try to do that, now that projection, that expectation that was, projected onto you, if you can't live up to society's expectation, it could lead to disappointment. It could lead to, your reputation going down. So that can really cause sadness and melancholy. So the key here is to wait. And when the right time comes, now especially if you have gate 3 on the other side of that, right here, you may have the other side of the 60, which can really bring out the new and transcend it. And it's like a pulse that turns, it's or a switch that turns on and off, but you can't control when it's going to turn on. So it's really just waiting, accepting the limitation, not breaking it, but accepting it. So all of that is projected here. And then you could also feel this strong influence from the sun that really gives light, right? During this time of darkness, it can really bring light. But this is the stimulation of the wandering storyteller. Again, it's a projection. So people would project onto you, if you have this, they project onto you that you can stimulate people, that you have stories to tell, you have ideas to share, and that can go two ways. So one way could be, you know, ideas that can be really of value, that can be beneficial to you, or ideas that really just to distract you so you can leave this person alone. So this could be like writers and philosophy writers who write books and share their ideas through books and videos because they don't want to have a direct contact. So all of this projection, it's like the time to really externalize, the time to share your awareness of what it is to be a human being. So it doesn't mean that you're telling people what to do, because it doesn't always have access to energy. So it's the throat, the manifestation, being able to share. This is like your outer authority, being able to share your awareness, because that's what it's all about. It's just sharing and letting each other know your experience. So not so much on doing, but just on expressing, communicating. So you can see that there's an energy of that. Now, depending whether you have gate 11, because that would really create that channel. So it could affect you personally if you have the 11, and then the 56 is there to really support that so that you can have the ability. So you can take advantage of that to have access to your throat and being able to express your voice. So we have this with Pluto being in like in a different sign, and you will be able to see that transformation happening, specifically with technologies. Like we have this Google, and I know not many people like the people there, but we do love their service. Like they came up with this new technology called Gemini. Now I'm Gemini, so I I find that fascinating. And yeah, so with this new technology advancing, we're really transforming and we're evolving. There's always that change that's happening, and the only constant and consistent thing is change. Now, it's not about us changing, but we stay the same, or we get the better version of ourselves as we move through these changes in our lives and in the evolution. It's a global cycle. And as you can see here, there's this they're open, the ability to really have that inspiration from external forces, to go beyond inspiration, to go beyond your identity. And we can really look at, with the moon being there, it's like the enthusiasm to really recognize people's gifts or even your own gifts. And if you have the 48 to connect that into your intuition, then you may be interested in really enhancing your skills and talents. Now, there's a lot of pressure in the root, but if you just don't resist that and take advantage of that adrenaline aura, you can really take advantage of that without putting too much pressure on you. So again, follow your strategy and authority. Make sure that you know your type so that you can truly be yourself, even with all of this conditioning around you. Because what you're being conditioned, you're taking in, but you're also bringing that out into the world. So remember, you are also a conditioning force. The neutrino, it travels through you, trillions of this neutrino traveling through us in like millisecond at a speed of light. So it's really fast, and all of that information, right? So we filter that information and we also externalize that. So by being really aware of your own energy and learning how to navigate through life by understanding the energy of the day and the environment and the people around you, you can really learn how to be spiritual that way. Oh, that's really nice, right? So we can look at this and see how some people can really live their lives like blindly without awareness. But if you are aware, even if the people around you are not aware, you can really use that to your advantage and be that role model for them and learn to navigate through your environment. And by understanding that, for example, with the energy of the stimulation, being able, you're projected on that, you can stimulate, you can be this either this great storyteller or a lousy storyteller. There's still that expectation that you can stimulate other people. So this is not a logical process, but when you go down to the limitation, which is in the root center here, there's a lot of pressure to really act when you really don't need to act in the moment when it's not the right time. So, but you can take advantage of the adrenaline aura and use that once you respond. For example, if you're a generator, then you're waiting for that response, and then you can have that pressure to help you get through your day, to get through things that you've committed to that are correct for you to use your energy on. So I hope that gives you a little bit of clarity and awareness through your day. And then tomorrow we'll have a 6th day, which means that it's a perfect time for resting. So it's not the time to go out there. It's really just observing and evaluating your day. If you have children and they want you to like do so many things, then it's not the time to do things. Um, just allow yourself to rest because the following day after tomorrow, then it's almost like the start of a week. It's very interesting because I wish everybody had this calendar to look at and have it in their bathroom so that they can really see what their day is going to be like. So it's like a new calendar that you can look at, and it's called an ephemeris. I can show you a little bit of that and what that looks like so that it's something I can print off and really look at what the day is in every planet, where they're at and how they're influencing us. You can see here the 20th. Again, this is universal time. So if you're in PST zone, then we're 8 hours behind. So it's probably the 21st now. If we're right now, it's 10:26 p.m. So it would be this energy, 21st. So that's what it looks like. And you can see that the moon changes often, moves really quickly. But the sun and the earth, they have a strong influence. It's 70%. That's how much it can really influence all of us. Again, it's a different effect on everyone because we all have our own design. So it's really important to know who you are and then add to that, like how you are in connection to the world so that you can navigate as yourself and things will go smoothly. Like if you were to meet somebody, then you know what date to meet with them. Like you can really plan things ahead of time. And it's like a guide. It helps you throughout your day, throughout your week and months and years. So definitely something to look into if you're learning about your own human design. Check out your solar return, which means that you can look at your year ahead of you, usually 3 months before your birthday. So, because that's when the design comes into effect. So, yeah, I hope that this gives you a little bit of, something you can experiment with. When you know your type, you know your strategy and authority, experiment with that and see how it works for you. And that way you can really see it at play, especially if you follow the transit for the day. Like if you do that every day, then you can see how it's really affecting you and how other people around you are affected by it, by the same energy. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you got some value from this, something that you can really use in your daily lives. So I hope to see you again next time. Take care. Bye for now.